I mean, if you're all right talking about it, there was that incident that you had to deal with where somebody actually got to that point in their life and they could see that there was no way out other than taking their own life.
Yeah. So as I was saying back with earlier, so 18 months ago, I dropped my son home on a Sunday evening to his mother's house. And as I was coming back through the ring road, it was in Coventry on the ring road, I seen a bloke on a bridge as I drove through, and he was hanging some rope down, and it split second in driving, doing 30, 40 mile per hour, and I got to the island at the top, and something wasn't sitting right with me, and I'm not the type of person to see something and just turn my head in a blind eye, and so I had to turn back round, and I turned back round to go and make sure this chap was okay, and the second time when I come underneath him, I realised exactly what he was doing. I seen the loop on the rope, he was measuring the length of it. So I automatically knew what situation I was in. I pulled the van up, and it was one of them over the ring road bridges, so it was like a ramp all the way up to the top. Sprinted as fast as I could and got within this sort of distance from me and Rob to him and screamed, "Don't do it," and he just let go in front of me. And I was in the situation I was in. It's very hard to put your mind into that position because you just don't know what's going on. You're just on all sort of autopilot. Looking back on it, it's helped me understand me as a person, as a character, how I am. I always thought I'd be the type of person to get involved with something if needed to, but that very much proved to me that if someone does need me help, which I know I've done over the years, but something so hard like this, I'm not afraid to get involved and try and do something to help. It was a very hard time. It was, at the time it happened, I was going through some of my own personal stuff anyway, but a lot of the one thing which mainly got to me, which I was struggling with, was the fact that life is a matter of seconds with anything, and I was struggling still with the fact that if I'd seen the first time round, I maybe could have got to him instead of doing a U-turn on the island and coming back on myself. But I ended up, sort of having to forgive myself because I knew I did all I could anyway. And there's nothing more I could have done.
Exactly,
I could have just drove home and been none the wiser, but I got involved. I tried to help the bloke, and unfortunately, he must have been going through some stuff which he ended up taking his own life, which is an awful shame. He weren't much older than us either. He was 38 years of age.
It's the same age as me.
Yeah.